So the system is very active, but it's really cool. It was enjoyable, right? At first, you know, because I'm used to D20 systems where it's like hit, miss, okay, I got over the art of class, hit. This one here, there's a lot of give and take. So people are actually rolling to hit you and rolling the block, and there's a lot of back and forth. But it wasn't overwhelming because at first level you don't have multiple attacks. It's not like Rifts where you've got 5 attacks, I've got 7, he's got 8, and it just gets ridiculous. And that's the part of Palladium I actually hate, right? Is that I hate that part of Palladium. That was a close call, but that's it. You can't get that angry on a motorcycle or a sport bike because guys, that's part of the deal, right? If you get on a motorcycle, you're on your own, and people are going to do the stupidest things, and if you get angry about it, you're going to spend the entire ride angry, because everything people do is going to anger you and piss you off. So best just to ride and stay alive and get home and just be okay with everything. So, well, not okay with it, but you can't get upset over stuff, otherwise you'd be upset the whole way. And the whole point of riding is to take a break, right? So anyway, yeah, you've got an active system, which isn't overwhelming, because in Palladium Fantasy, you're only getting multiple attacks, I think, if you're a Man-at-Arms OCC, and then only at higher levels. So second level, I think you get an additional attack, probably an additional one at 5. So the Man-at-Arms is really brutal, man. If you're a fighter, you're a fighter. But that's okay, because the other OCCs are very fun too, because there's so much fluff in the game, man. There's so much fluff, right? There's a chart for this and a chart for that, and there's how to, fix weapons, and if you go at 0 hit points, you're in a coma, and how to recover for a coma. And if you do recover for a coma, different charts you can roll on to find out if your leg's scarred or broken, or if you've suffered brain damage, and it just goes on and on and on. It's so much there. If you're a summoner, you got pages and pages of power circles, and there's so much damn fluff to Palladium First Edition. It was a charming little system. I can see why it was an alternative to AD&D, and my only misgiving is that I hadn't found it earlier. Now, it's probably not my favorite system of all time, but it's a system I really like right now. Like, it's just really fun to take a break from what I normally run, and to play a Palladium Fantasy. It's actually quite fun. So I had a blast. Now, the other thing I'll mention, I ended up finding a guy in the Palladium boards. I mentioned before, I think, that in a random vlog somewhere, that I dislike PDFs, and I do. I dislike them. I'm glad they exist, but I like a hard copy, right? So even if I buy a PDF, I'll get a hard copy. I just like flipping through them. I like a tangible copy all the time. So I put down on Palladium forums, seeking a book, Palladium First Edition, and sure enough, I got this guy. He was really nice. He was like, "Oh, I got a few. What do you want?" And he sent me pictures of the different books and gave me a price. And I went ahead and got it, and I ended up getting 2 because he was so reasonable. He was like, "Yeah, I'll throw in this one for $5 and stuff like that." So I ended up getting the Palladium Fantasy First Printing 3rd Edition and the First Printing 10th Edition, and the First Printing 10th Printing. So the 10th printing is the one with this dragon on the front and this dude with a Hume helmet on a Pegasus fighting it. The 3rd printing I've got is just this red Hydra attacking a red guy on a horse, right? It's all red, the color. But it's awesome, man. It's awesome, and here's why. The cool thing about it, if you get an early enough printing, you get a chart that was taken out of the subsequent Palladium books, right? And this chart is an insanity chart. Now, there are lots of insanity charts still in the other ones, and there's alcohol abuse and what happens if you turn your brain to mush through alcohol abuse and drugs, and it's so much cool fluff, guys. You know, it's so cool, man. Palladium Fantasy fluff is amazing. And then, but if you get an early enough printing, you get an additional treat. An insanity table. That what happened is, I guess Mr. Sambita, Mr. Kevin Sambita, you know, took his stuff from the DSMV, which is a you know, a psychiatry book of you know, disorders, you know, and it's a big book, guys.